The recent big December update for Borderlands 3 added the extra vending machines on Skywell 27, they fixed the Guardian ranks and did some other things that we already discussed in my previous update video, but of course Gearbox did not tell us everything. They also introduced some secret changes that we have to figure out ourselves. So let's go over them, and I also will share some new codes for new Christmas items that were just released. A like on the video would of course be awesome, and let's go. Let's immediately touch on those new Christmas gifts. I already told you about the free Juliet's Dazzle gun that you can get by simply entering a shift code, but now they released 2 more of these shift codes. One for a special Echo device skin to really get in that Christmas mood, and they also, just like a few moments ago, released a code for the candy cane weapon Trinket. That is pretty awesome. So what you can do is fill out the code that you see here from this tweet in the social menu inside the game and then go to the shift tab. But there's also the dedicated shift website where you can easily insert the codes after copying them. Just like last time, I will leave all the codes in the video description, but also put a link to a tweet in the pinned comment, so you can easily copy the codes if you are on mobile and then fill them in on the website. And if you missed the code for the Juliet's Dazzle and for that other Echo skin, then don't worry, it will also be in the tweet chain and also in the video description. And then after inserting the codes, you will find the rewards in your in-game mail, so you can then claim them, and you have till January 10th to enter the codes. After that, they will not work anymore. And I will keep you up to date on all these rewards, so totally subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to not miss a single one of them. And if you are, by the way, not familiar, this is the Christmas event this year in Borderlands 3, so we should not expect anything like the Bloody Harvest event, although it would of course have made sense for a holiday like this. And there is of course something like Mercenary Day in the Borderlands universe. But no, over on the official forums we got Noel saying that this year we won't have an event during December like Bloody Harvest, but it is still the season of giving and we're still giving some things away. So this could be implying that while we have nothing for Christmas this year, that might maybe change next year. I mean, we already know that next year the Bloody Harvest event will return, so maybe we then find a new Christmas event 2 months later. This is of course me speculating, but still I thought it was interesting to share. Now let's continue with the secret changes. Maybe you already noticed this one, but on Sanctuary 3 there's now this quest icon near Moxie's bar, and it's actually a new quest icon that we also saw in the DLC footage recently. So it seems like they'll be using a new style to indicate the DLC quest. And if you walk up to it on Sanctuary 3, then you will see a poster with Handsome Jack inviting you to his casino. Overall though, it's just an advertisement for this new content that again releases on December 19th. And you also have an option to go to the store on your platform and get the season pass if you don't have it yet, or buy the DLC separately when it releases. And I'm curious if we're looking at a midnight release or if it will launch during the day, like on a specific time on December 19th. I'm either way really curious and can't wait to explore this new map. We also got Popa Nob on Reddit, who was actually already able to navigate to this new DLC area and got a quest saying that he has to navigate to the Handsome Jackpot. Of course, this is not really supposed to happen and he could not do anything else, but it is still weird nonetheless. The biggest secret change is regarding the looting on Eden 6 in the Jacob's Estate region that, as you might know, would spawn over here on the map and would always walk out under this structure. You of course have to be offline to get this to work. And well, up to recently you could still see this enemy spawn every time and get a ton of legendaries this way, like even on Mayhem 4. But now after this December update, there will always be a regular thing when you do this tactic, like even when you play offline. So yes, say goodbye to the dedicated looting farm. I mean, it was here since launch and they really left it in for 90 days. So I totally thought they would have fixed it earlier, but yeah, now we really cannot do this tactic anymore. With the November update, they already removed the fast XP tactic while playing offline and on Mayhem 3, where the amount of XP that you would get from every enemy was just times 900 or something. It was really insane, so you could level up your character insanely fast. Not weird that they changed that too. And it's interesting because overall the hotfixes work slightly different now. Like this message that used to show up a ton now doesn't show up anymore. And that is because first these hotfix changes would only apply when you stayed in the main menu for a while, but now they also apply when you're just playing the game. So first you could boot up the game offline and then switch to online and still have the benefits from the offline mayhem modes, even if you just switch to different regions. But now when you boot up the game offline and then switch to online and go to a different region, then the moment you come out of a loading screen, you will not have the increased money gains that you find offline while playing on Mayhem 3. So yes, I hope that makes sense. What I'm basically trying to say is that you want to remain offline if you want the extra buffs from the Mayhem 3 mode. So just remain offline when shooting the money barrel in the Instinct Proving Grounds with your Nightflyer pistol from the Ragman boss, because then you will still see that insane money increase. I'm sure they will fix this in a future update too, but do it while you still can. And yes, you can still do this tactic with a friend and both get a ton of money, but then you have to go to this area like offline first and then turn on the internet, invite your friends, and now as long as you just stay in this region, you will have this sick money increase applied. But the moment you go to another region, it will not have these insane increases anymore. And I totally think that it's going to be nice to do this tactic for the Handsome Jackpot DLC, because there will be many new ways to spend our dollars, like the VIP doors that I already showed in a previous video, that require some money to open and give you access to new areas, or to a blackjack mini game that you also need money for. So it will totally be nice to have a ton of money ready when playing this DLC. But yeah, overall it's still a little strange how some things are different offline compared to online, while with every update these two modes do become more similar. But for now, for example, anointed enemies are still immune to the freezing effect while playing offline, while online they will not be immune, like you can really damage them with freezing damage. And the fade away from flag with the Gorillas in the Mist combo is still 8 seconds offline, while it should be 5 seconds online. And I'm really curious if we can play the DLC expansion offline as well. That was not possible with the Bloody Harvest event, while with the Takedown we can play that offline. And by the way, before that December 19th launch day, we will have a new Borderlands show. Actually, one day before that, on Wednesday, December 18th, 8 AM Pacific time and 11 AM Eastern time. So that's in the afternoon in Europe. And we can expect a code for new festive skins there. So likely some Christmas skins, hopefully a hat for our character too would be awesome. They will also have an interview with the head of DLC production about Moxie's Heist DLC and share likely some new gameplay from that expansion too. We'll of course cover everything here on the channel and share the code for the skins as well. Again, the most recent Christmas codes are all in the video description or in a tweet in the pinned comment. So totally subscribe to stay up to date on everything Borderlands 3, like this video to support the channel, and check out my previous video on some of the Moxie's Heist DLC items that were leaked. You can watch it by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of our golden chest opening that Dennis and I always like to do at the end of a Borderlands 3 video. Yes, Dennis, they are preparing us for the new DLC.
For apparently the game of our lives.
Yeah.
I thought we were already playing that.
One way of putting it. I'm curious, like, do you think do you think like these posters will show up like next to this one, or do you think that, I mean, it makes sense to put it next to Monkey's Bar, right?
Yeah, definitely, and I don't think they will introduce every DLC like this, but it makes sense for this one, I guess.
I'm not sure though, because for a lot of people it will be like, oh, is there a new DLC out in like Sanctuary? You will go there like every time, so I think it makes sense to do it for every DLC, but again, I agree that it might be better on different locations. But yeah, let's try our luck already.
Something nice. We're gonna try something new this time, right? Because the Brainstormer didn't work 100% of the time. And we won't take satisfaction anything less, so let's try the Maggie this time.
Okay. Come on. No. I'm happy though that the shift codes these days are also for other things and not only for the golden keys. Because, yeah, they really nerfed it. If you like compare what we had during the previous videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
especially during like the first week or two was insane, and now we get
only purple gear. Yeah. Well, subscribe for everything Borderlands 3. We will of course be playing the new DLC and bring you all the info here on the channel. Like the video to support the channel, and totally check out our previous video on some of the DLC items that were actually already leaked, including a pretty good class mod for Amara and for Sane as well. For now, we will speak to you next time, and goodbye.